or how we hit, how we strike. We're not talking about boxing, we're not talking about you know, developing your punches for being in the ring. We just mean being in a situation, you have somebody in front of you, you want to hit fast, you want to hit hard, and you want to hit deep. So it's really important that when we get this, first of all, you're warmed up, so when you do a few rounds of shadow boxing, make sure you're warmed up. Secondly, you want to have good gloves on. I'm going to use these right now because they're kind of smaller gloves and they're more predisposed to what I'm trying to do right now, which is to make sure I feel the connection on the bag and I feel the connection on the person when I nail them, when I hit them. So first of all, when you hit someone, there's three elements that are going to come into it. The first is the physical, which is obvious. The second one's the emotional, the third one's the mental. If you're not ready mentally, you're not going to be able to unload. Yeah, if emotionally you're overwhelmed, you're not going to be able to unload. And even on a mental and emotional level, if you're not used to hitting someone and dealing with the effect of actually connecting with someone, then it's hard for you to handle as much as it's for them to handle. So you've got to be connected with three levels: mental, emotional, and the physical. So very, very important that when we're hitting, we're remembering that. So you want to get yourself in the zone. When we're talking about hitting like this, usually it's about 10-second rounds, because when a fight begins, boom, it's nice and sharp, it's fast, bang, everything's going off. The first 10 seconds can seem like the last 3 minutes. It seems like it's a long time, there's a lot of time distortion going on. So what we want to make sure that we're doing, guys, is connecting with the bag immediately. So when you go in, as soon as you hit the bag, as soon as you connect, you want to be coming off that shot onto the next shot, okay? So we're going to bear in mind that we're not boxing, okay? So it's not about whether the hands are up, or you're hitting here, or coming off this, or whatever. The main thing is in the straight, you're going to be here, and you've got to be able to connect from that position, okay? So when we go here, when we're here, usually when you go in, either with a jab, or with a cross, or with a hook, what's going to come off is your body, so it's your head that comes off. So when I'm here, and hit, so you bear in mind the person's here, that's the opening gambit. Now, you can start to work the body, start to work the head, work back to the body. So whenever I'm in here, if I'm in close, the work, I'm thinking about taking the body out, coming in, taking the head, coming back, hitting up here. So whenever I'm inside here, what I'm really thinking is that they're hitting me, they hit me, and I'm unloading back. So as soon as we get into here, you're let it go here, come in, bang, hit from that position. So again, once we're here, that's an opening gambit. Once we go off that, boom, you're back in. And again, once we get in here, I'm expecting him to hit me. I'm expecting him to be hitting me here, grabbing me, pulling me, doing whatever. And all I'm going to do is work through that and hopefully start to wear him and start to break that person down. Okay guys, so first of all, when we're in the bag, good for us, the bag doesn't hit back. Unfortunately, Scott's a good fighter, he knows what he's doing. So if we're in an altercation, basically, we're usually standing here somewhere and it's going back and forward like this. Usually, obviously, you want to be the first one. Once you decide you're going to go, and you're going to be explosive, and you nail, and then you begin, and you start to hit off this. For me, I like to go to the chest first, because it tells me the rest of the body. Some people like to go for the head more. So maybe Scott's going to hit you here, boom, or he's going to left hook me, boom, or do anything like that. For me, once I hit the body, that tells me exactly where he is, yeah? And from there, then you can start to work in. But again, what's going to happen is I never assume that I start off first. I'll be nice if I could, but maybe Scott's, he's going to nail me first. If he nails me, boom, and when he nails me, I'm going to be set up to come back. Okay, here. And expect him, if he left hooks me here, boom, I expect him to come back in. Boom. So you're hitting, nailing it here, and going, coming back. Lift up and moving in here. So basically it's a war. It's a war of attrition between who's going to occupy this space, who's going to occupy it better. Yeah. So whenever Scott hits me, he's got opening gambit, but then I'm coming back, I'm looking for shots here all the time. And rather than take a sniper approach, which is one shot, boom, I want to aim that one shot here, I'm going to take a shotgun approach, which means that I'm going to nail him as much as possible all over here, and start working in. If Scott grips me here, boom, I want to hit right away, so I'm looking to come under him. If he grips me here, I can shot, come back in, and then hit like that. A few right hooks crossing me, boom, boom, I want to come back into this position. If he left hooks me, boom, I'm ready to take this. But whenever I ride the shot, here, it leads me back in, yeah, into this shot. As you've seen, a lot of times, your head's going to be in here, but when you turn, your head's going to be coming off. Bang, and ripping into this position. Again, never ever do assume it's going to be easy. Never ever do assume that he's going to go down with one shot. If he does, brilliant. But again, for me, it's more about nailing him center here, okay? But everyone's going to have a different take on it. Some people will say, hit the head, go for the head. Some people say, go for the body. Some people say, right cross to the body, come back with the left hook. Some people say, hit here, and then come back with the right cross. Some people say, just hit straight off the bat to the head. You have to decide what's best. But when nerves kick in, when adrenaline starts kicking in, your fine motor functions start going. Where you were really pinpoint before, sometimes that doesn't happen, okay? So, two things. One, you want to be the first one to hit once the situation is going to go off. Fantastic. Great. And if you are, then you have a start in the race, in the fight, okay? But I never assume that. If Scott hits me, I'm ready to take that. Yeah, it's not that I want to take it, I'm ready to take it and accept it. And if he right crosses me here, I'll ride it so that I can then come back. So everything's coiled here. So you're coiled up and ready to go in. If he grips me, boom, we're ready to go in. I don't want to Scott grips me, and then I start to grip him, because now we're in a clinch contest. You know, and that's the last thing, especially Scott, he's got a great clinch, but really not what I want to do, because as soon as I go into here and I start clinching, he bites me, you know, starts grabbing my eyes, you know, trying to poke me in the eye and so forth, okay? So guys, when we're hitting the bag, so when we start to hit the bag, and we're hitting here, okay? When we go in, again, here, when you hit, grind it, and you're working, imagining that when you're going in, you hit, and you're imagining you've got somebody in front of you who's also hitting you back, yeah? And that way it can be a little bit more realistic. Mentally, you're getting psyched up for the inside game, for the inside war, and hopefully that's going to enable us when and if a fight starts to be able to get the upper hand.